Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. It's 4:38 in the morning as I'm recording this audio. And the Columbus Blue Jackets, they put it out on Twitter. It's officially confirmed here. Let's read this all together. And after we read this, we will get into a discussion about journalism. We will talk about reporting. We will talk about the events that took place last night and the entire social media, whatever you want to call it, the irresponsibility, everything with the careless reporting and people talking about stuff they shouldn't be talking about, trying to be first in a world where everybody cares about clicks and everything. We're going to talk about that after. But for now, let's read this Columbus Blue Jackets statement on the passing of Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew. The Columbus Blue Jackets are shocked and devastated by this unimaginable tragedy. Johnny was not only a great hockey player, but more significantly, a loving husband, father, son, brother, and friend. We extend our heartfelt sympathies to his wife, Meredith, his children, Noah and Johnny, his parents, their family, and friends on the sudden loss of Johnny and Matthew. Johnny played the game with great joy, which was felt by everyone that saw him on the ice. He brought a genuine love for hockey with him everywhere he played, from Boston College to the Calgary Flames to Team USA and the Blue Jackets. He thrilled fans in a way only Johnny Hockey could. The impact he had on our organization and our sport was profound, but pales in comparison to the indelible impression he made on everyone who knew him. Johnny embraced our community when he arrived 2 years ago, and Columbus welcomed him with open arms. We will miss him terribly and do everything that we can to support his family and each other through this tragedy. At this time, we ask for the prayers for the Gaudreau family and that their privacy be respected as they grieve. So, we learned about 8 hours ago that Johnny Gaudreau and his brother, or a family member, that's kind of what was talked about. There was a Twitter account, which I'm not going to give the name of the person. I don't want to do that. I don't want to give them a spotlight. But somebody went out there and tweeted something to the effect of, "I'm not 100% confirmed on this, quote unquote, but it appears that Johnny Gaudreau might have passed away." And that's a big thing. Huge thing. Big piece of information to drop on Twitter, and to preface it all by saying, "I'm not 100% sure, quote unquote," kind of speaks for itself in regards to how damning and how terrible it is that somebody could even report on a story of this kind of a magnitude in this kind of a way. Because this is not some, trade rumor, "Oh, I'm not 100% confirmed, but I'm hearing this guy has gotten traded." That's completely different. This is somebody's entire gosh darn life. Two people's gosh darn lives. And after that tweet that was popping up on social media went viral, the guy ended up deleting it, and he kind of backtracked whatever it was that he was saying, and a lot of people talked crap about him in their replies, like, "Oh, why are you reporting it then? This is such a serious topic. You don't go out there and tweet out that somebody died without having a 100% verifiable source," and even more to that point, before anybody else officially releases a statement about this. We had a bunch of people going out there all over Twitter talking about Johnny Gaudreau and giving small little tidbits of information as to what was being leaked out there and what people are discussing. Even Tim Peel, the referee, the one that was trying to get a penalty on Nashville to make things evened up or whatever, he went out there and tweeted a whole bunch of stuff. In fact, I think I still have them here. So a lot of this started because we saw this article pop up on ABC.com. 2 bicyclists struck and killed by a driver in Salem County, New Jersey. This was in Johnny Gaudreau's hometown, and there were some people doing the detective work to connect the dots and say, "Oh, this is where the incident occurred, and it was close to Gaudreau's childhood home," and yada, yada, yada. And people were saying, "Oh, this could be a connection here," but it wasn't really confirmed. We didn't have any actual evidence. It was just this. And then you had even more tweets going out there and saying that even though this is a story that people can be looking at, there still were people going out there and doing due diligence. Elaine Shercliffe spoke with the New Jersey State Police and was informed that they are getting bombarded with phone calls and cannot release any information at this time. Basically, they cannot confirm nor deny the rumor that Johnny Gaudreau has passed. This is the Tim Peel conversation that went out there. Reports are that Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew were killed by a drunk driver tonight. Please pray that this is not true. And then after, this is what Tim Peel ended up saying. Unfortunately, this is true. Johnny and his brother Matthew were killed by a drunk driver tonight. And at this point, 10:17 p.m. last night, people were still kind of debating, questioning, oh, was this true? Was this really what happened, etc., etc. But the problem with this entire situation was there was this confirmed situation where two people had lost their lives. Sure, the entire hockey world was up in arms, wondering, is it Johnny Gaudreau? Is it Johnny and his brother Matthew? Is it the Gaudreau guys? But the problem with that was that if it wasn't Johnny Gaudreau and Matthew Gaudreau, if it was just somebody else that we don't know, just some random run-of-the-mill average guy in New Jersey, it would have prompted responses saying, oh, thank goodness it's not Johnny Gaudreau who died. Oh, okay, now I'm relieved. And that, I think, is an inappropriate way to respond to an entire situation like this, because two people, whether it's Johnny Gaudreau or not, lost their lives, reportedly from Tim Peel via a drunk driver. And that is one of the absolute worst things that you could ever see happen to somebody, getting stripped away of their life and their career and their journey because some fool decided to get behind the wheel. Drunk driving is scary. It is scarily accessible, and it is scarily evil to go out there and put other people's lives at risk in that way. And whether it was Johnny Gaudreau or some other random dude, it does not change the severity nor the horridness of this overall situation. It's just the fact that it is Johnny Gaudreau, and now that we know for sure it is Johnny Gaudreau, after all the people went out there and spoke about this, we had an apparent Columbus Blue Jackets employee on Twitter that was like tweeting behind a ghost account talking about what happened, and then there was the entire medical examination report that was leaked and was going viral, and a lot of people were talking about all these different things. But the problem is, we had no idea. We had no idea because nothing had been said. The incident was revealed to us at 8 p.m. yesterday Pacific time, so 11 p.m. at night in the East, and it was like 8 hours before we had any sort of an official word. In that 8 hours, nobody went out there and said, oh, it's not true. Johnny Gaudreau is not passed. It's somebody else. It's not Johnny. He's fine. He's in bed. He's sleeping. He's getting ready for his sister's wedding, which is going to take place like today, I think. We had no reason to doubt it, other than the fact that we did not see any official word from anybody up until the Columbus Blue Jackets posted this, and the NHL posted this, and Gary Bettman posted this. Oh my goodness, dude. My goodness. I wanted to have a conversation about journalism as well to end off this video. If this isn't true, the Johnny Gaudreau stuff, a serious conversation needs to happen on ethical journalism. Even if it is true, to tweet what was tweeted out without being absolutely certain is disrespectful and irresponsible and goes against the principles that journalists are taught. So disgusting. The first thing you are taught when studying journalism is ethics and integrity. That is the principle of journalism. To report this like the guy did last night without absolute certainty is appalling. Furthermore, respect. Either way, this is disrespectful to Johnny Gaudreau and his family. The guy who tweeted it out should be ashamed. And even, if it is correct, which it happened to be correct, the fact is, some random guy with a blog, you don't need to be the guy to break this news to people. You don't. This isn't a trade. This isn't a scoop that people are gonna want to talk about and analyze. No, this is a guy dying. Like, wait a while before this thing goes public. Twitter might have been like the worst thing invented imaginable for random people to go out there and start spewing what it is going on. And for somebody who put themselves in the position of being a journalist to tweet out that stuff from earlier last night and cause all this uproar and discussion over the past 8 hours, 8 hours before the Columbus Blue Jackets confirmed anything themselves, This is where you start to question the ethics and the responsibility that hockey social media people have. Because at the end of the day, it's Johnny Gaudreau and Matthew Gaudreau. It's about them. It shouldn't be about those journalists that went out there and tried to get the scoop before everybody else. No. It should be about these two individuals. And to end off this video, I guess, we can go out there and read the statement made by Gary Bettman here. The NHL family is shocked and saddened by the tragic passing of Columbus Blue Jackets forward Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew. While Johnny's infectious spirit for the game and show-stopping skills on the ice earned him the nickname Johnny Hockey, he was more than just a dazzling hockey player. He was a doting father and beloved husband, son, brother, and teammate who endeared himself to every person fortunate enough to have crossed his path. Gaudreau often told the story of how his father taught him to skate as a child in his home state of New Jersey, and he carried the same youthful passion throughout his 11 NHL seasons. A skilled playmaker, Gaudreau participated in the NHL All-Star Games 7 times, where he was always a fan favorite, particularly while showcasing his talents in the various skills competition for which he was so well suited. He'll be remembered fondly in Calgary, where he played his first 9 seasons with the Flames from 2013-14 to 21-22, emerging as one of our league's brightest young stars while compiling the franchise's 5th highest career points total. His loss also will be felt profoundly in Columbus, the city in which he chose to settle his family and where he was one of the respected veteran leaders of a club building toward the playoffs. And both Johnny and Matthew will be mourned at Boston College, where they were teammates the year Johnny won the Hobey Baker in 2013-14, and at Gloucester Catholic High School in New Jersey, where both played and where Matthew was the head hockey coach following his own 5-year pro playing career. We send our most heartfelt condolences to Johnny Gaudreau's wife Meredith, their children Noah and Johnny, his parents Guy and Jane, and sisters Christian and Katie. And we grieve alongside his teammates, members of the Blue Jackets and Flames organization, his many friends in hockey, and countless fans around the world for whom he created indelible memories on and off the ice. So, rest in peace, Johnny Gaudreau.